All right. And we're streaming, I think. Let me check. And this is the first time I've done a stream at this hour, so hopefully we'll get a few new people. Or even a few new people. Or just a few people. And we have Maikora-san. Charles Buchanan, hello. All right. So just working on this at the moment. Someone on our Patreon asked for Galacta. Auto Knight says good evening. Good evening, Auto Knight. Yeah, I already made a mouth asset, so should be a fairly straightforward animation. What time is it already? It's about an hour from midnight for me. I added this glow effect to her. I think it made her look kind of cool. So I actually might do that for her pupils real quick. Superior Godzilla says hi. Hello, Superior Godzilla. It's nice that this isn't too late for some folks. I was going to stream in the morning earlier, but I decided since we're uploading the Stella Shrinks video, I should give that some breathing room. Oh, saved streaming for right now. What the heck is going on here? All right, so yeah, I want to add like a little glowing aura around her pupils. So taking the pupil asset, converting that to a movie clip, specifically movie clip, properties, filters, glow filter, then pick the color that you want it to glow. Maybe wanted a pink, but like more purple. There we go. All right, then same thing with the other eye. And I don't know. Makes it look a little bit cooler, I think. Maybe a stronger aura. Let me try. You could increase the blur for the X and Y, and you can also increase the strength. And you just play around with it until you get something that looks pretty good. Also works to, if you're gonna make it glow, to make the part inside a lighter color. So actually, I should do that with the pupils. Let me try. Making it a brighter color. All right, I think that works. All right. Let's see. Yeah, she's pretty cute. Aureus. Cassio joined the server. Hello. Hope you're all doing well. All right. And another filter effect you could add is like an inner glow. So on top of the glowing filter that I added, you could add another one on top of that. Click on inner glow for this one. and it adds a bit of a sheen on the inside. Oh yeah, just something you can do to just to make the stuff look a little bit cooler. Especially since she's like a powerful super being that lives in space. Works to give some extra details to make her look cooler. Alright, and like I said, I already have mouth asset. Should probably have her eyes looking a little bit more down at her target. Let me just gonna maybe lower the, there we go. This is something I do a lot when I'm working on this kind of stuff, and a lot of finagling. Holas, saludos desde Mexico. Hello, Alejandro Valentin. All right, and as you can see, I have it's separated into different parts. So, like for the head, chest, hair. So I'm actually going to make this into a graphic. And if you don't want to be lazy like me, you could add a name to it so it's easier to find in your library. Galacta arm holding moon. You could get as specific as you want to make it easier to find later. And someone says, I don't care really. Oh, that's a little bit rude. Tisk tisk. Someone's giving a lot of love to Galacta. Is she in any comics? I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. I've seen plenty of media with Galactus. So I'm not even 100% sure if like she follows in her daddy's footsteps and goes around eating planets. I'm more invested in like DC comic characters than Marvel. So all right, so made everything into graphics here, and I added motion tweens. So we could do 1 second of just like a little setup or wind up. Let's see here. Noah Ronaldo. Nice job. I hope you guys can do Jackie Cyber Chase soon. I can't wait to see it. No plans yet for Jackie, sadly. She wasn't very popular in the poll that we did, at least. Maybe someday. That's just my username. I didn't thought much of it when I created it. Oh, I don't really care. I just realized that. Oh, wow. Sorry about that. The little mix up there. There's some comics about Galacta, but she doesn't really want to harm or eat planets. She's more sweet, I guess, if you could say so. Yeah, that's what I thought, because she seems nice in any art I've seen her in. So the person on our Patreon requested her eating a planet. I decided to meet them halfway with just having her eat a moon, since there's nobody on it. Did you watch Hellsing Ultimate yet? No, random guy, sorry. Big Larry VR says, I'm a scary guy. Oh no. So you're Aiden Wakzak asks, so you basically make a puppet and then edit that together to make a character. Yeah, that's a good way to say it, to describe it. It's a puppet. I got the puppet. And I'm the one controlling the strings. Sorry if I made myself sound a little bit evil. I'm a kindly puppeteer. Like Geppetto. Actually, Geppetto was kind of weird if you think about it. I'm just a guy. Yes, I mean, moon people do live in the moon. I'm not sure if moon people is a thing. Unless they live in the center of the moon. Or maybe you're thinking of the whalers on the moon? The ones that carry a big harpoon? Maverick Plus says, what up? Oh, I'm glad that I could afford Maverick Plus this month. It's like $5 extra, but it's worth the cost, I think. Let me see. All right, I'll have her hold it for like a second. If anything, they would be microscopic organisms. Yeah, you know what? We don't consider that too often. How about the microscopic life living on other planets? I think we just want sort of like you know, we want life that it's like people, like us, that we could talk with and borrow their cool stuff. All right, so as you've seen, if you've seen me do these live streams, a lot of this is slight movements and then making improvements. So, for example, with the arm right here, add some frames. Let's say at least 6 seconds worth. We're not going to use all 6 just to have them there. At 30 frame point here, she's going to start moving her arm 10 frames. So you do a keyframe here. Separate this into different graphics. So Galacta and Galacta forearm. Sorry, out of topic question. What is your opinion about fan arts? They're fun. Sometimes when I want inspiration, like if I'm working on a project or with characters I like from a series, I'll check fan arts because people they'll draw the characters in like very unique perspectives that you usually don't see like on the show or wherever the media is from. And they can do some interesting styles. So yeah, fan arts can be a good source of inspiration. All right, so I'm gonna put the anchor point right here. That's where most of the motion is gonna pivot, right here. And same with the wrist. Put it right there. So it'll pivot. I should put it here. Yeah, that'll be better. And then again, I do like to look at my own arm and hand and sort of give myself an idea of what's the range of motion. Random guy, also Mr. Animator, did you know that some viruses actually have DNA? It's weird, but it's true. Most viruses do have DNA. I always thought viruses were rogue DNA. That's what I remember learning in school. That they're DNA that's got a mind of its own, kind of. And I heard that's why, well, there's other reasons why that viruses technically aren't living things, technically. Because I think they can't reproduce on their own. They need healthy cells to create more viruses. I think. I'd have to do research on viruses. Drago Chuvin is here. Or Coven? Drago Coven? Hey, what's up? Hey, Drago. Question. Can having many extra pivot points really be what allows for more fluid animation? Well, it gives you your graphic, your body parts more motion. It's like on a doll, you could have a very stiff doll that moves like a wooden soldier, or you could have more points where it has range of motion, so you could bend arms and legs, and that just makes it like better. But if you want like true fluid animation, you'd have to be doing like frame by frame, basically drawing every frame. So flash animation, like what I typically do, it's what I call simple effective animation. Gets the point across, isn't too fancy, but also doesn't take up your whole day or your whole night if you're working late at night like I decided to do today. But yeah, more points of articulation just gives you higher quality and makes your animations less stiff. Metaton Inflation Studio says hi. Hello. Drago Coven. Nice. I wish more things were spelled phonetically. Drago Coven. Sounds pretty cool. Noah Ronaldo. If I had the same app or website or something as you, I just make my own stuff, but it's just me. Yeah, that would be fun. When I retire, I'll just hang out on an island all day and make my own stuff for me personally. And no one else. But for now, I get to make stuff for the channel and for y'all, but also some stuff that I like. Request Metaton Neo NCH inflates like a blueberry. I don't know who Metaton Neo NCH is. Alaska Tessic says hello. Hi, Alaska. Seeing some new faces here tonight. It's fun. Do you have a Discord by chance? Not really. I might do one eventually, like when I start doing Kickstarter stuff. All right, this one's gonna be tough. How am I gonna approach this? I guess I could do some frame by frame. All right, keyframe it up. Use onion skins. Onion skin button right there. Give you an idea of the range of motion. So we try to get the frames in between our existing ones. All right, and that does take a little bit of time. So how many people are behind the channel? Asks Wade Aiden. Let's see. How many people exactly? Well, there's me. There's manager / producer, Blondie. He's not here today. Voice actors. We have quite a few of them, but I'd say maybe 2 or 3 that are regulars. A few musicians, so that's another 2 or 3. A few people who write, contribute a lot in writing. I'd say maybe 10 people altogether. Plus all our patrons. There's like at least a few dozen patrons that regularly support our channel. We can't forget everyone that subscribes and watches. So a lot of people behind the channel, but just people that are working like as a team, like a dozen people. If Dragon Lady Amber wanted a meal, she should have stayed in Western Europe. Dragon Lady Amber. Oh, from DC Superhero Girls? Oh, I think her name was Ember. Wasn't it? Like the fire? Yeah, that is actually a good point. She, I don't know why she went to a democratic nation to search for princesses to eat. It's kind of weird. Also, I thought it was pretty interesting that they just kill her in that episode. He just dies. They slayed the dragon. She seemed nice for someone that runs around eating people. I like that episode. Bumblebee was a fairy. He was so cute. Or was she a pixie? Do Metaton, do the nymph sisters from Rayman Origins, bubbleized. I know what you're talking about. Haven't thought of them in a while. That was a pretty interesting way to die in that game. It's turning into a bubble and just like popping. Drago Coven says, thank you for working so hard. No problem. I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist. I do let things slip from time to time. And I've mentioned this before, but a friend told me that uh, when there's mistakes in your animations, it just adds character. So I'm fine with that. But I do want to make something that looks good. I've got pride. Pride in me work. Box Sound Productions. Indeed, thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for watching, and thank you for saying that. Noah Ronaldo, but nothing about that. I remember making an animation from a character once, but that failed because I'm not used to it. But that's just once. Yeah, you just gotta keep trying, keep working at it. And see how that works, how that looks. All right, and what I can do, since there's still some frames here from when she opens her mouth to when she sort of pauses a little bit, is maybe stretch out the mouth for those 40 frames. Let's see how that looks. Just adding some frames. Let me see how long do I get until here. All right, so keyframe here, and then we can do just the basic shape tween. Let's see how that looks. All right. Oh, I see the issue here. All right. So when you're shape tweening two shapes at a time, and if they're touching or close to touching, it sort of makes the shape tween go screwy. So just add an extra layer and then give each shape their own layer to shape tween in. And that should fix it. Nice. Woohoo! Hello! Wait. We have fun here. What's going on with this mouth? Oh, no wonder. It's got this line here. All right, let me take that out, and that should make the shape tween a little bit smoother. It didn't make it smoother. The heck? Let me try separating it. Let's see. What's going on here? All right. So usually when there's an issue, you just separate the shapes. If you have multiple shapes in a single layer, and that usually fixes it. There we go. All right. Let's see. I must say, if you do plan to do Jackie Cyber Chase soon, I'll be sure to see it. Um, I'd have to really study the series, see if it inspires me in any way. Any ideas popping up? Drago Coven layering issue. Yeah, I had too many shapes in a layer. Doing a shape tween, just have to separate the shapes, put them in separate layers. So, Mr. Animator, I despise the Renaissance Fair or fairs because they, first of all, are a thing about the Middle Ages in Europe, and it does not have relevance to Native Americans. Oh, well, I think people do Renaissance Fair stuff because, like, for the fantasy aspect, like the romanticized notion of knights and dragons. I think anyone could enjoy that, really. Wizards, knights, dragons, kings. Um, oh, I was gonna say one show currently that I've been getting really interested in is the Fairly Odd Parents reboot. I like the new story. I like the direction it's going in so far. Uh, I might want to do something with 2D, traditional Fairy Odd Parent style of the new characters. And it's good that, like, in their title cards for the reboot, they do them in like the classic Fairly Odd Parent style. So I might want to do something with that show. Can't draw, but I sure can animate. I used to take the time to use separate assets of a character and stitch them together with code to help make animations. Oh. Yeah, I have some friends who have a similar issue. Like, I'll help them with, like, if they're working on a video game, they can do code pretty decently, but they're not so good with art. My brother was like that, actually. He'd get animation work, and basically the production company, excuse me, would send all the assets like in a folder for him, all the music, all the characters, all the little rigs. So that is, if you're interested in working in the industry, like actual industry, you don't have to be good at art. You could just be really good at animation. Let someone else do the art and you animate. Have you seen Dave the Barbarian? I love Dave the Barbarian. One of my favorite one of my favorite jokes from that show is when he's being tested on his barbarian prowess, and the guy doing the test tells him that he must lay waste to the village. Lay waste all over. And of course, his sister had, his older sister had that scary unicorn. The scary voice. That Christopher Walken voice. Is David the Barbarian on Disney Plus yet? They better get it on Disney Plus soon. Barbarian. Barbarian. Also, the Earthworm Jim cartoon, Rocket as well. Earthworm Jim cartoon Rocket? Are you talking about his pocket rocket? It sounds bad, but it's literally called the pocket rocket. Random guy. Also, if you want to celebrate fantasy and Renaissance fairs, they should take themselves back to Western Europe for that. Not here in America? I don't know. I mean, you could get a turkey leg when it's not even around Thanksgiving time. That's great. Go to a place, see some guys running around pretending they're wizards, eat some turkey legs, watch a jousting tournament. You know, what's not to like? I keep tweeting at Disney to put Dave the Barbarian on Disney Plus. I hope they listen to you soon. Oh my god. I remember there's this episode of Dave the Barbarian called Shrink Wrap, and I was so excited because I thought, oh boy, size episode. What kind of shenanigans is Dave gonna get into? But it was like a literal, or like he was acting like a therapist, so it's like a head shrink, which makes me think I should do something with that pun on the channel. Someone who's a therapist, but they literally shrink someone. I know they made that joke actually on American Dad, and the guy's name was Ray, and he's a shrink. And I guess he's able to just shrink himself. It's such a weird episode. I think my favorite part from that American Dad episode is that when he's offering to turn them back to normal size, he offers to make them 1,000 feet tall. So many fun ideas. And we have Studio Mo's Film V 2024 saying something in, I assume, German? No, wait, Russian? Let me get on my other laptop to see if I can translate. Just one moment, please. Google Translate, save me. Translate. Detecting language. It is Russian. And you are asking, how are you? I am fine. How are you? The Kush and Chef Monkey Show says, OMG, I love American Dad so much. Yeah, me too. SK2, Other Game says hi. Hello. Yeah. Um, I think I'm like a big fan of Family Guy, but I think I might like American Dad just a little bit more. Maybe it's because they don't have to depend on like cutaway gags, which I don't have a problem with. There's some really great cutaway gags, but they have to be a little bit smarter when they're writing an episode. Anyways, moving on. Fun fact, did you know that in 1865, the U.S. Secretary of War, Edward Stanton, actually tracked down John Wilkes Booth and killed him after he killed Abraham Lincoln? Jeez. That sounds like that could be an exciting movie. There was a time I remember when there was like this big obsession um with media about Lincoln like dying. There's someone that wrote a lot of books about like the Kennedy assassination and Abraham Lincoln's assassination. But around that time, there's also like some books like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer. Just kind of weird. I never looked into that series, but I'm actually kind of interested now because recently I finished playing Evil West, and it has sort of that theme, like guy with cowboy stuff fighting vampires. Studio Moss Film is asking me something. Let me see. Sorry, it takes a while to use Google Translate. Oh, you're still asking? I already said I'm doing fine. Studio Moss Film. I've said multiple times I'm doing fine. Yeah, um, it's good when someone notices the clipping before I do. Sometimes I miss it and it just goes by, and then I just have to think there's a mistake there, but it just gives her character. Pulley and Scream Egg Squad. Can you do Sonic and Amy or Giants? Both of them? Um. Uh, I mean, I've done something with Cream the Rabbit, like Giants. So I don't know, Sonic and Amy. Like, and also Cream does like I think the coolest thing you could do maybe in a Sonic game, while Giant, which is like just picking up one of Dr. Robotnik's or Eggman's largest creations and just treating it like a little Easter egg. Um, I don't know if I was going to do anything with Sonic, I think maybe like shrinking them and they get confused for fleas. Can't think of like a lot of fun stuff I can do with like giant Sonic and Amy. I kind of like the idea of like a tiny Sonic zipping around, something like that. I could think of like a ton of fun stuff you can do with tiny Sonic, but not so much like giant Sonic or giant Amy. Yeah, I was thinking Cushion Chef Monkey, something like uh, Tails has a security system, like just auto shrinks people. I remember from the Sonic Boom show, he was looking at security footage, and like basically everyone goes in his lab when he's not there, messes with his stuff or steals his food. So that'd be funny if like he was reviewing like his security footage because like his alarm got tripped multiple times and it's just footage of different Sonic characters shrinking down. Chaos Amy. Oh, I'm working on a little something like that with Knuckles shrinking because of chaos, like a random chaos emerald situation. I remember in the Sonic cartoon, the original one. What do they call that one? Sonic the Animated Series? So I remember the more serious one was Sonic Sat Am because it was a Saturday morning cartoon show. Uh, but yeah, in the original Sonic, um, Dr. Robotnik collects all the Chaos Emeralds, and they basically turn him into like this giant golden monster man. It reminds me of like um, giant gold Homer. So yeah, there's some size potential with the Chaos Emeralds. The Chaos Emeralds, they can do anything they want. Amy is looking for Sonic and Tails labs, gets distracted, accidentally shoots herself and grows. And is held backwards and shoots himself. Two tall tails. Oh yeah, that was a fun episode. Or Tails. They were so mean to him just because he was too tall. Uh, Not sure if there are any video game characters I'm super interested in like doing a project with at the moment. Too many ideas. Though I know that Amy is like super popular. We've gotten so many comments asking for something with her. I'm honestly surprised not a lot of our patrons have asked for a whole lot of, not a whole lot of Sonic requests. We get Cream more than anyone on the Patreon. Probably also not very helpful that I don't know a whole lot about Amy's character except from what I saw in Sonic Boom and what I've seen in a few cartoons. It feels like she's hopelessly chasing him around. Like she wants to be girlfriend and boyfriend. But Sonic's like, no, I just want to run. And I run so far away. All right, let's have her actually bite down on this frame. Ooh. Let me make a copy of that. Sorry, but I like Sally more than Amy. I like her too. And again, probably it's because I feel like I know her character better than Amy's character. And when it comes to character dynamics, I'm not super interested in like sort of a one-sided love kind of deal. It's not the most interesting for me, at least. I like Sally, Princess Sally. Oh, the mad crush on Susie. So this would really work. Which one's Noelle? I have to look these guys up. Noelle and Susie? Are they from Sonic? Noelle, Susie, Sonic. Oh, these are some cute looking characters. But I haven't played that game yet. Deltarune, yeah. I haven't played Deltarune yet. Have you seen Dr. Cyclops? Dr. Cyclops, is he the guy that shrinks people down? Collects them like little dolls? Let's see. Phantom Flame. I know not what sort of algorithm summoned me here. However, I am a simple man. I see Galacta, I go towards. That's a good instinct to have. The algorithm must have known that you like Galacta. But do you like Galacta when she's eating moons, I wonder? She's taken after her daddy. No daughter of mine is gonna eat regular food. You'll eat heavenly bodies like your father, and you'll like it, little missy. We're at a time where you just felt some part of the animation was wrong, but couldn't tell what, and it just kept nagging at the back of your mind. From time to time. Sometimes I don't know the best way to go forward with like a certain motion I want to do or an animation, and then it just sort of gets stuck. And I might have that sort of nagging feeling like in the back of my head for a little while. You know, I'll maybe play around with ideas in my head, like while I'm taking a walk or having lunch. Usually, if it gets really bad, I'll just look in my reference folders and see if there's any inspiration there. That, or I'll just play around with the assets a little bit. Maybe like sometimes the thing that's nagging me is like the design doesn't look exactly right. So we'll do a little bit of finagling. A lot of what I do is finagling. There's a friend of mine, I remember him telling me he didn't know a lot about how to draw. He just keeps sketching and drawing until it looks right, which I thought was an interesting approach to art. Is being an amateur and just drawing and like erasing and drawing until it looks like the way they want it to look. And that's how I feel sometimes. Sometimes when I'm working on this stuff, it's like I don't know what to do. I'll just jump in and see how it turns out. Not always the best approach, but it's effective when you don't have any other choice. Will we ever get a Jackie and Macy origin story? I like to keep that stuff open to the audience's imagination. In other words, I'm too lazy. Does the moon taste like cheese? Uh, I mean, if you watched Wallace and Gromit go to the moon, it looks appetizing, but it didn't taste like very good cheese to them. Probably tasted like really stale. Anytime where you get a really good idea, but as soon as you start working on it, you forget. Uh, I haven't had that problem really. Like if I start on it, it's like I already have the idea. I have I have started on projects. Other things came up, and I stopped working on those projects to work on something else, focus on something else, and then I just like forget that I had been working on that project. Friends of mine have mentioned that, like, oh, whatever happened to this project you were working on? And that just kind of comes with the territory, I think. When you're an artist, you get inspired, but maybe you lose inspiration or interest and uh, work on something else. Uh, but I do from time to time look at my folders and look at some stuff that, oh, I haven't finished this yet. And I definitely don't like to leave things unfinished. And I know y'all probably don't like it when there's something left on a cliffhanger, and it's like, why is it taking so long to make more animations of this particular series? You might want to add a little more lipstick to the top right side. Top right side. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that's right. This is a movie. All right, let me try from here. I need to move the fingers out of the way, or else it'll look like she's biting into her own hand. We don't want that. That'd be painful. Also, since Jackie is the matriarch queen, and if she ever had a son and she had been bullied, it'd be all fun and games for the bullies until Mama shows up. Yeah, that's another sort of side scenario I wanted to do. It's like a kid who has a giant mom. Just don't know who it would be. Would be a good candidate for that. David Hurley. She sure looks hungry. Yeah, she's eating a whole moon. Let me tighten her grip on this moon. This delicious moon. I am Keith. She's making ugly. I'm sorry you feel that way, Keith. People have been actually frame perfect pausing videos to point out animation errors. I think I found a couple of yours at some point. I can imagine. That would be nice if someone was taking the time to do that. I haven't watched them in a while, but I remember there were videos, everything wrong with. I remember watching a few for My Little Pony, and like they would find every single error, like grammar errors. They'd find like little noise errors, like people who animate digitally like this. Sometimes they'll be drawing and they'll accidentally leave like a little. Oops. Let me see if I can draw one right here. They'll sometimes leave like a little speck, like you can barely see it. But YouTubers will be able to isolate it and point it out. Like, oh, look at this tiny little speck, this little noise that they left. Which at that point, I think it's like you're being a little too nitpicky. If you're searching every frame for like a tiny little mistake like that, just gotta let the animations have a bit of character, you know? It doesn't have to be perfect. Let's see here. Cinema Sins. That's what it's called. It's been such a long time since I've. Well, they also, I think there was like another series, Everything Wrong With. But yeah, I guess Cinema Sins is the one that started that. Haven't watched Cinema Sins in a long time either. Definitely need to fix this. I don't know how it got so bad. Definitely an issue with Flash animation sometimes. This is kind of fun finding errors. I could see that. It's just good fun. It's like those highlights books where you have to look for like the differences, like or figure out like what doesn't belong, what's out of place. It, it is like finding an Easter egg in a certain animation. Possibly. I mean, if they left it there on purpose, it's definitely an Easter egg. If it's a accidental mistake, then I guess depending on how the mistake turned out, you could say it's a happy mistake. It's like Bob Ross used to say, if anyone ever seen him paint, like if you make an accidental brush stroke, you call that a happy mistake and then just work with it, you know. All right, this is looking good. Jump. All right, and then we could have her, let's say at the 3-second point, tilts her head back to swallow the piece. OMG, the Boondocks is amazing. You ever heard of? Yeah, I like that show. I was pretty amazed with it because I seen the comics before, and I've noticed that like when they animate a comic book series, they usually not like a regular superhero comics, but when they animate like the Sunday funnies, make that into a show, they usually like go really crazy. So it was fun watching like the Boondock series, like how different it was from the comics. Like it just all out of nowhere turned into like a kung fu movie. The bad guy coming at the family with like a flying guillotine style weapon. Or one of the characters that had been killed returning as I think he returned once like from hell as a demon, and another time I think he was cloned. And go, but just know I'm always cheering on you in the background. Never let anyone, you're amazing. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. Thank you. You enjoy the rest of your day, Drago. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for your questions in chat. What's your opinion on panty stocking with garter? I remember a couple of my friends were really into them, and the first time I watched one of their episodes, I didn't really care a lot for it. Although they got a little bit under my skin. They're just kind of irritating characters. Um, but I did like some of the special effects, the fluid animation, uh, the interesting design for the characters. They had a lot going for them. It was a little sad that it ended on like a really bizarre cliffhanger. But I did like I think my favorite like design choice I've seen from that show is like um sometimes when they kill a monster, you get you get to see like a live action prop of that monster and then they just blow it up. I think that's just awesome. And I have tried drawing them before, but like I said, it's such a unique style, but also it's a very difficult style to master. They've got like such unique hands, such unique way of drawing faces on that show. I do remember also like a bit of a sizey episode. I think we're um, Stocking was getting like really plump. I think she got really plump, and she was also starting to sound like Cartman, if I remember that episode correctly. Not sure why this is shape twinning like that. Maybe needs a few adjustments. Ah, it's really bizarre. Let me keep playing with these shape hints. Maybe. Nope. Let's see. That would be the hateocracy. They hate everyone, including each other. Oh yeah, yeah. Uh, I love those guys. That was an interesting episode, and had an interesting ending. The cops just came, dealt with them. Goodbye, hateocracy. Sorry if I'm asking too many questions. No, that's fine. Otherwise, it's just me sort of quietly animating. And I much prefer answering questions or, you know, responding to comments here. Since I don't really respond to comments on YouTube videos like as much as I used to do. This is kind of an incentive for more people to drop by to the live streams. It's a chance to leave a comment, get a response. Any thoughts on Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Uh, oh, that was probably my favorite Turtle series, and that's saying a lot because I've like watched every animated series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know, that series was just so much fun, and they tried doing some different stuff. They had really great dynamic animation. Like that production team and I think they're also the same ones that are working on Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur right now. So they do great work. I was actually thinking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles recently because on one of the episodes of the Fairly Odd Parents reboot, Cosmo was talking about how he likes movies that are tear jerkers, that make people very emotional. And apparently he gets that way when he watches Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know if I've ever gotten emotional watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Maybe just from the movie, the first uh, live action movie. No, not the first live action. The more recent movie, live action movie they did. Not the more recent. The first live action movie that was directed by that director that likes to explode things. There's like this emotional scene where like they're falling and like Raph is like pouring his heart out about how much he loves his brothers. I like that scene. And then it turns out like they were safe. Like they're super durable in that movie. Um, I also liked the final scene from the Rise animated series and the movie. They had some emotional points in the series finale and in the movie finale. Do you think you could ever do a Rise? Oh, if I did anything with Rise, it would probably be just like a short video. Because as much as I like Rise, my favorite TMNT girl is always going to be Irma from the 80s series. Because she's cute. And she turned into a giant once. So that's like bonus points in my book. Anyways, Daniel Day-Lewis was the best actor for Abraham Lincoln. Oh yeah, I saw that movie with my dad in the theater. Me and him, we like we like his American historical movies. Pokemon Happy says, "Wow, hi Pokemon. This is Makos. Makos on DeviantArt, Patreon." All right, this is looking pretty good. Oops. If I was gonna add anything else to it, it would probably just be maybe some moon debris. Like right when she takes a bite. I always thought Galacta had a great character design. I wish artists could find the same balance for whenever they are redesigning Harley Quinn. Yeah, her designs can be like everywhere. Sometimes they make her really sexy, sometimes they make her really scary. Galacta, she always just looks cute, at least from what I've seen of her. And then again, I don't know how complex her character is. Because Harley Quinn's a pretty complicated kind of character. So complicated characters can have some complicated designs. I have heard people divided, like on the new Harley Quinn, that cartoon series. They don't like her design for that one or her costume. Like they prefer her red and black jester costume that she used to wear when she was working for Mr. J. Ever considered creating a Tumblr? Not really. I got a DeviantArt, I got YouTube. That might be enough. All right, let's see if we're ready to put a pin in this. Jump. Nice. Let me add some moon debris. Just a few shapes. Could probably make that more rough. Let's see how that looks. Oops. And so we'll have it accelerate a little bit and then sort of float away. All right, let's see how this looks. And we want to have it going in the same direction as from before. Let's see. And just keep adjusting it till it looks right. Let me try and bring it closer. Let's see how that looks. All right, definitely need to decelerate it more evenly. Let's see. And again, a lot of the stuff I do is just a lot of finagling. Maybe I could give it like a bit more of an arc. See how that looks. Yeah. Oh, could rotate it a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, it's starting to look really good. With one tumbler comes great responsibility, says Phantom Flame. I agree. See Susan Murphy and Sedusa were my bisexual awakenings for cartoons. Oh, I've got a friend like that who's mentioned their bisexual awakenings. I think for them it was when they were watching Teen Titans, Terra. You do Powerpuff Girls to the rescue. Powerpuff Girls to the rescue? Is that a video game? Powerpuff Girls to the rescue. That sounds like the name of a book or a video game that they were in. Magic Quill, hello. How's it going? Fun fact, did you know that T-Rex's ancestor actually came from China? They were much smaller than the T-Rex. So they had a compact size in China. They were terrible thunder lizards for a while, and then they became chickens. Can you do giant boys too? I mean, I did that thing with Lincoln today. That's kind of like a giant boy, right? I should get points for that. Does Jackie have a romantic preference? I'd say her romantic preference is Macy. Almost looks like that's her teeth flying out. Which would kind of make sense if you're biting into what's essentially a rock. So you just have to make it a little bit smaller, maybe. Yeah, that looks better. You get more tiny specks flying out. Just woke up. And you? I'm doing pretty good. Getting close to finishing this. Let me see. I kind of. What do I want to do with this? Kind of want to do a little bounce. Sort of test YouTube. See if they will punish me for trying to add a little realism to this animation. Just don't say anything. Don't nobody narc on me for what I'm about to do. All right, that's looking really cute. I need to reset her left arm because she kind of brings it in when she goes in for the bite. So I have to set it back to where it was, right here. And again, as I said, with a lot of flash animation, it's just little bit by bit improvements, at least with the way I do things, just to make a more effective animation. What if I should add like some dust? Make giant boys as well as giant girls. Everyone will be happier. Do want to make people happy. I'm just going to quietly work on this part, and maybe YouTube won't get mad at me. Uh, Not sure what characters though. Oh, I'm looking at my poster here. There was something I wanted to do that was kind of like giant guy. I kind of wanted to do something with Samurai Jack. That last scene from the series where it's like Ashi like faded away, and we get that touching scene where he's by the tree and like a ladybug lands on his finger. I kind of wanted to make like tiny Ashi was on the ladybug, like that she didn't actually fade away. She all her Akuness just disappeared, and she had like this tiny bit of humanity left. It's definitely something I want to do for the channel. Giant guy. Alright, I think this might be finished. I hope my patron will be pleased. My patron reminds me of my friend who got me into D&D, talking about warlocks and their patrons, that they serve a patron. Maybe it's not warlocks. Maybe it's succubus. Warlocks, I believe, are the ones that have a patron that grants them powers to do some kind of will. Mr. Animator, did you know that the 15th President James Buchanan was gay? Was he? I'd have to read into that. I haven't researched. Did he like leave it in his diary or something like that? Phantom Flame, how long did it take you to get to where you are with arts today? I'm going to say it took me about a solid decade. Just doing commission work for friends and for clients. And then just always looking for new stuff to do, and eventually winding up on YouTube and then doing this. You play D&D? Asks Magic Quill. I do. Almost regularly with friends. Sometimes there's size shenanigans, sometimes there isn't. Guess a giant knight yelling, "Parry, this ye filthy casual," could be fun. It could. Alright. Let's see. Oh my goodness, how long have I been? Oh, this took longer than I thought. And actually, really quickly, wanted to test. I did this the other day, actually. I wanted to test some video settings I've been playing around with. Oh yeah, let me make sure I save this. Saved, good. All right. What I'm going to do is switch things up just for a little bit. Just gonna play a little bit, like a tiny little bit of small lands or small lands. Just to test my new video settings. And I actually need to play around with audio really quick. Last time I tried this, I forgot to change desktop audio. And let me make sure I can read y'all's comments. All right. Okay, looking good so far. And just gonna play a little bit with my Jackie character. Canis. Titanus. Gay is not a crime. I agree. You just gotta be who you are. Click around the settings really quick. I'm not sure if I have the volume on too loud. No, I put them all at 5s. Let me try 4. Alright. And last time that I played this game, I got this new flint knife. So I want to see if it gives me any kind of advantage. Just gonna go down, try and do some dynamic movements. See how the video captures this. Jacob says, yes, I always wanted Giant Lincoln. Giant Abraham Lincoln or Lincoln Loud? Not sure if I had any ideas with Giant Lincoln. Most of the ideas I can think of is like Giant Sisters. I kind of actually wanted to do some projects where it's like after Ronnie, gets back to her normal size, where it's like they just want to be normal size, normal sized Lincoln, normal sized Ronnie. Probably their other friends or family get into size shenanigans instead. Oh, this is doing a lot of good damage. Nice. But not so much damage that I can fight these guys like in a fair fight. In like fighting multiple ants. That's where I saw all those eggs from the other day. These guys hunt them down. That's kind of cool. Alright, I'm loving this sword. This is definitely a nice upgrade for me. I can collect food. Yeah, the last few times I was playing this game, I spent most of the time just sort of running around, running away. So, I wonder if I could take on a wasp with this sword. Because they can poison. Oh shoot, I don't have a choice. Oh no, I think we need to get poisoned. Oh no, never mind. Oh no! Oh, you jerk. Oh, that's not good. I don't want to die like this. Ah, so close. I'm kind of angry at this wasp. I think I'm gonna try and beat him up. I got a little nervous trying to fight him. Alright, I'm gonna get my stuff back. I'm gonna try and beat up this wasp. And then I'm gonna call it a night. Giant Lincoln, wow. Do you think you'll ever do some stuff with Charlie Brown? I did get some nice fan art of Giant Lucy, Lucy Van Pelt. And I do actually remember like a giant Lucy from a Charlie Brown cartoon. I haven't been able to find it. It was basically they were looking at a computer, and someone programmed a video game where the boss in the game was Lucy, and she's like this giant, screaming and roaring, and she was so upset by that. It was hilarious. Oh yeah. I might do something from the fan art that I got. That could be fun. I kind of want to do like a continuation of that thing I'm mentioning with someone making a video game and programming Lucy as like this evil final boss character. Where's that wasp? Alright, wasp, I'm ready for you this time. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I've noticed it's way better to just fight instead of run, especially against these guys. And I leveled up. Excellent. Oh, I got some chitin here. Insect wings, poison gland. Oh, I can make poison darts now. This was good. This was real good. Let me take a look at the comments here. Did you know that Jacob, Titanic, Olympic, and Titanic were all built in the shipyard? Hey, Panda Star. Also, hi there, Tiny Gamer. Hello. Tiny Gamer in my hand. Yeah, I'm really digging this game. Wait, what the heck is that? It's so much fun. Nice change of pace from typical Minecraft-esque games. And I'm excited to like explore beyond like this cozy nature setting. I'm sure there's gonna be some really scary, dangerous, crazy environments to explore. I mean, I've already gotten kind of scared trying to climb trees in this game. But at least she has like a very high jump, so that helps. Alright. Oh, these mauve plants, they give off some wood. That'll be very handy. Alright. I think I have enough video to play with to study. Because I've been trying to like get this really really quality gameplay footage. Oh wait, before I forget, I should look at my attribute points here. Let's see. I always put into strength, dexterity, constitution, stamina, flying. Nice. Alright, I'm definitely going to be able to fight more bugs with my new sword. I'm just worried that this sword is going to require specific materials to maintain. Alright, wasp. I'm not afraid of you anymore. And again, the combat is pretty simple in this game. Ooh, heavy attack. I forgot I could do that. And, yeah, poisoned me a little bit, but poison runs out after a while. Alright, pretty good. Alright, I'm just gonna head back to my abode. For my new resources here. Quick, get that giant bug raid. There's a bug raid? I must have... Oh, snap, it's raining. Yeah, one thing I've noticed in this game is that bugs will attack other bugs, and then you can just take advantage of that. Collect the minerals that they don't collect. Minerals, I should say, materials. There's someone chasing me? That's another thing I love. It's just how crazy the aggro is with some of these bugs. They can just climb up the tree, chase you down. With a lot of bugs, I found like the most effective way to avoid them is crossing a stream. If there's like platforms you can jump onto, just escape from them like that. This is nice. Nice rainy day. Although it could be a signal that a storm's a-coming. I like these details. The pitter-patter of the rain on the ground. It's fun. Yeah, I didn't notice a bug raid going on. I'm pretty new to the game, so when I fight bugs, I try to fight them one-on-one. I don't think I could 2v1 any bugs quite yet. Let's see, do I use this to repair my... I can make seed oil. Let me see what I can make real quick. Repairs. Flint sword. Oh, nice. No resource cost for my flint sword. Looks like it's just wood, like to repair the wood sword. I hope I don't need more flint to repair my flint sword. But I got plenty of flint, regardless. Hopefully that won't be an issue. Alright. Is there anything else I can make? Should make some simple bandages. That's handy to have. Make some refined wood. I am such a sucker for particle effects. I just love them, especially like with sparks. I can make a simple bow or a recursive bow, but I need silk, which I guess means I need to either find silkworms or spiders. Do I have any silk? I do not. Dang. Insect fur. I think I need to fight bees to get that. Arrows. I need insect fur for that. need more refined wood if I want to make flint shears. Flint blades join together to make an effective and durable cutting tool. Use it to cut spider cocoons open. Oh. So I guess I need flint shears if I'm gonna harvest silk. So I'll get some more refined wood next time for that. Oh, I can make a creepy looking helmet. That looks cool, actually. Alright, a lot of fun stuff to do in this game, but that will have to wait until next time. Let me just take a quick look, see if there's any comments I can respond to. Also, one of the shipyard builders was nothing but tragic. His wife suffered scarlet fever and died. She was only 32, and they had 2 sons who died on the Titanic. Oh my goodness. That is a tragic life lived. Always with interesting facts, random guy. Thank you. Alright. I am going to call it a night. Thank you everyone for dropping in. Thank you for checking us out. And I might do one more stream this week. Just finishing up Patreon work. Talk to y'all later. Have a good night.